Yeah, been a shocking run of form for Liverpool. Arne Slot, he's come under huge criticism on Wednesday night for fielding a team of teenagers in the Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace. Former Premier League manager Alan Pardew has claimed he's just put himself under more pressure.
I mean, you know, looking at the feedback he's had after last night and the team that he selected, he's put himself under massive pressure, something that he wouldn't have expected, particularly with the signings they made in the summer. But the gelling, the coming together of that squad looks all over the place at the moment. There's definitely a feeling of unease that is spreading.
Yeah, Liverpool fans want to hear from you because it's not going well at the moment. What has actually happened? Is it Arne Slot? Is it the players need to be better? 03717 223344. Let's get a bit more of this and cross over to writer, broadcaster for The Times, Tony Evans joins us. All right, Tony?
Good morning, Tony.
Hi, Jamie. How are you? How are you, Gabby?
You all right, mate?
Tony, Slot. The other night, I have to say, I was a bit surprised at how young that team was, how inexperienced, and the bench as well. Tony didn't even put any big hitters on the bench to get himself out of trouble. He just kind of let it go, didn't he?
Yeah, I can see the logic of it. You know, with three really big games coming up: Villa, Real Madrid, and then Manchester City. But there's times when you need a victory, you need a win, and I think he got it wrong. As I say, it's one of them. It's easy to understand why he's done it. But when you're on a run like this, you need to build confidence and get things moving again.
What do you think the big problems at Liverpool? I mean, going forward, Ekatike's looks sharp. Isak hasn't got going yet. Neither has Wirtz. Salah's not been at his best. But the defensive record, I mean, they've conceded first in the last 7 games. I mean, you would never have thought that, would you, last season with the quality they've got back there?
Yeah, well, you know, Gabby, you change both full backs, then there's going to be uncertainty. You know, the goalkeeper's injured, Alisson's injured, and so, you know, you've got a second choice in there. The buys, integrating the summer buys, and let's face it, everyone in sort of who supports Liverpool was really happy with the summer business. But you look at it now and you think, there's too much change, and he struggled to integrate the players. You know, also there's personal form. You know, we've had drop-offs all over the pitch, and sometimes bizarre choices. There's times when I would have started Ekatike, you know, above the other forwards, and yet he's been on the bench. So, I mean, it's one of those situations where if this show went on till midday, and we could talk. We could probably talk about all Liverpool's problems, but there's so many of them, and he's got to solve some of them quickly.
Yeah, look, I'm disappointed in Slot actually because I was expecting more from him. You know, as a manager, he's won the league. He come in, and there's been question marks over, you know, the fact that he won the league, and you can't take it away from him. But it was Jurgen Klopp's side, and anyone who says it weren't, you know, they laugh, right? They're an idiot. It was Jurgen Klopp's team. They didn't buy anyone. He come in. And look, he got them organised. They played a different style, a bit more defensive. It was Jurgen Klopp's team. This is his team, and he's having a disaster. So, is there pressure on him?
Not at this stage, but I think it will mount very quickly if they look like they won't finish in the top 4. I think one thing I would say is Jurgen Klopp never won the league with that team. So, you know, to say it's his team is a little bit... Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but he got the best out of them, which Klopp, at the stage of his career, didn't. Now, how much? I mean, I was listening to Danny Murphy in the show earlier on the news, and he was saying, talking about the recruitment and how much say Slot had in it. I think he had a reasonable say, but certainly it's not. He's not the man who's made the decisions to go out and buy these players. So one of the reasons they brought him in is they didn't want a charismatic manager like Klopp. They wanted someone who could manage the players that he brought in, that the recruitment department brought in, and, you know, sort of could improve them and coach them. I think they've just given them too much of a job to do.
Well, Tony, what I don't like though is that recently, some of the things he's been coming out with after games, after the Manchester United game, he come out and says, you know, the ball's in the air too much. And then the last game, he's talking about Chelsea and the squad there they've got available. Man City made 10 changes and there could be a starting team. I haven't got that squad of players. You spent £420 million. How haven't you? Whose fault is that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had the same feelings as you. There's sometimes when managers should just shut up and say nothing, especially when things are going badly. Because, as a player, I've spoken to so many players over the years, and when the managers say things like that, they're like, "Oh, it kind of like it puts doubt in the mind." So you've spent that much money. Stop complaining. Get it right.
Yeah, 100%.
Tony, you're a star, mate.
Spot on, Tony. Thank you, mate,
for coming on.
Always a pleasure.
03717 223344. If you want to have your sound list, phone lines are open. Let's go to Luke. He's a Liverpool fan who has no faith in the team against Villa tomorrow night. Morning, Luke.
Good morning, Luke.
How you doing, boys? You all right?
I'm all right, Luke.
All right, mate.
Look, it's all going wrong for Arne Slot, and I'm guessing the only thing I can say is there's been too much change.
I don't know. I just even against Crystal Palace, I don't really know where Arne Slot's head is at, because I think one of the boys said it the other day. It's just with Crystal Palace, a bit of a bogey team, right? I've been going to Liverpool for over 10 years, and every time I've seen us play Crystal Palace, we've never beat them. And surely he's got to be sitting here and going, right, we've got the Carabao Cup, or whatever they still call it now.
Yeah, Carabao
The Premier League's a bit of array at the minute, and let's still have something to go for. But now that's out the window. He's put out a team of teenagers, and it just doesn't give me any confidence for tomorrow.
But I don't think though, Luke. I don't think he's ready to throw the towel in on the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? You can never throw the towel in the Premier League, but I don't think he's ready to give it up completely. That's why he put that team out, because I think that team says to me that he knows he's under pressure. He knows he's got a big week coming up. He cannot afford to lose against Aston Villa. He can't lose that game.
Of course, but in a way, with the Carabao Cup, if he's gone for the Carabao Cup, then there's 4 competitions. Right now, we're only down to 3. If he loses again on Saturday, then it could look like we're only down to 2. Do you know what I mean? It's getting to the point where it's like, where does it stop? When it comes to the FA Cup, is he going to put out another team and then we're only down to 1?
I think the players have to be at fault as well. You've got some superstar players that need to turn up on the weekend. Ekitike, Salah, McAllister, Gravenberch if he's back, Curtis Jones, Kirkes. Do you know what I mean?
Kirkes ain't ready to play for Liverpool.
Yeah.
No, he's not. I know.
Yeah, he ain't ready. I don't know what you think about him, Luke. I liked him at Bournemouth, and no one said it was a bad signing. But there's a huge difference between playing for Bournemouth and playing for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Do you know, like there's scrutiny every single time you touch the ball. And Kirkes is coming under it right now. Like, what's wrong with playing Robertson? Like, Robertson's a brilliant player still. You can still play him and drip feed Kirkes in. He's gone the other way.
I don't understand why Robbo got the elbow so early. He's been great for us all the time he's been there. He's never had any flaws. I've loved Robertson right from the start. And for him to get the elbow straight away, I was a bit like, I weren't really too happy with that. It was a bit sad to see, because he's been there for so long, and there's so much respect with him and the Liverpool players. And it was just, I like Kirkes. It was a good signing, and I thought, yeah, that's not a bad signing. I thought he'd do quite well at Liverpool, but obviously he hasn't quite showed up. And in the likes of Isak and all the money they spent for him, me personally, I never would have bought Isak, because when Ekitike came in, I was like, yeah, I like you.
I know, but you're never going to say no to it, are you? You're not going to say no to Isak, are you? It's not your money.
No,
you spent a lot, but if you can get Ekitike and you can get Isak over the line, why would you not? But you got to find the right balance at the moment. You know, Mark Gay is probably the player that you needed more than Isak right now, but he's not going to say no to it, are you?
Yeah, it was a real shame that we didn't get Gay here, because I think obviously defensively we've had them problems for a few years now, and that could have been obviously with Kanate's contract coming in, a bit of a raise and whatnot. That would have been a big answer, a big problem answered.
Luke, listen, mate, thanks for your call.
Thank you very much, mate.
Gabs, the only defence I've got for Arne Slot, there has been a lot of change, and he talks about the squad, and he's saying Man City's got a better squad, Chelsea got a better squad. A lot of players did leave Liverpool, and why they left, I'm not like Diaz, Harvey Elliott, Quansah, Nunes.
Yep.
You go through players who were there last season.
Diaz
big impact. Yeah, big impacts on the team. Sadly, they lost Jota as well.
Yeah.
So there has been a lot of change there.
Of course.
And you bring players in, but really, you say they've spent a load of money. They've brought players in. They spent 500 million, but really, they're just replacing the players that have left.
Yeah, and I think, like you just mentioned there, the death of Jota. We'll find out more over the course of the season, at the end of the season, how much it's affected those players.
Yeah.
Do you know when imagine you're in the changing room and you're used to being next to a teammate?
Yeah.
and what them players are going through emotionally, it's going to affect you on the pitch as well. So you have to put that into context as well for this group of Liverpool players.